Ingrid ink. Hi guys, again with Ingrid ink, with the master of the pen, and today we will speak about cover up of the scars. I will tell you a specification of it, and also I will show you my own cover up of the scars. So we have four different type of the scars. So the first one is stretch marks. Stretch marks are originally in thin stripes form, but they often get stretched as skin gets pulled. The second one is hypertrophic scar. Scars with swelling, reddish appearance, and itchiness are known as hypertrophic scars. They are more harder than stretch marks and raised with irregular surface. So hypertrophic scar, they usually darker and also they popping out. So when you touch it, you can feel the texture in it, and they create usually because of difficult operation or very serious burnt. And before to do any tattoo on it, you always have to go to the doctor and have consultation to be sure that you can do a cover up. So the third one is keloid scar. They are very similar to hypertrophic scars, but keloid scars show overgrowth of scar margins, when hypertrophic scars stay within the margins over period of the time. So if you have a keloid scar, it's very risky to do a tattoo on it, because it can provide a new scar. So the tattoo can provide a new scar near it. So also, if you have this kind of scars, better to go to the doctor and ask if there a possibility to do a tattoo. And the fourth scar, it's caved scar. Cave scars are formed when trauma happened underneath the surface of the skin. So the curved scars are the most common, and they are created from deep cutting or some surgery like appendix, or if you get some burnt. So this scar is the most common. The fifth thing is on what to do, not recommended to do. It's a papilloma, it's a birthmark or birth spots. So if you do tattoo, better to include it in design of the tattoo, but I wouldn't recommend go over it because it can cause a cancer skin. So better to avoid any touch of the needle or of these places. Of course, the tattoo is the best way how to cover up a scar, because even if you do a laser, there a big chance that scars will be still visible. So first of all the scars are different, and they have different texture, they have different color, and sometimes it's more difficult for tattoo artists to cover up. So tattoo artists have to choose the best design to make a nice cover up of the tattoo. So to understand if a tattoo is good to cover up, you have a couple things what you should know before to cover up a scar. So first thing what you have to think about to do a tattoo on the scar, it's if the scar healed completely. My own recommendation that it has to be from 6 to 18 months before to put a tattoo, but also it's very important that you speak with the doctor, and then you can decide if you want to cover it or not. The second thing what the tattoo artist has to know, what kind of texture it is, because if the scar is popping out a lot and it's a darker surface, then it will be more difficult to cover up. And if texture is more or less same like your own skin and it's more light, then it will be much easier to cover up the scar with tattoo. So the third thing what is very important is to know how big is the scar, because before to do a tattoo, the design have to be created a little bit bigger than the scar to nicely cover it up. And if you already decide to do a tattoo, you shouldn't worry what size will be of the tattoo, because anyway you will have already this tattoo. And second thing, it's important that it's nicely follow the way of your scar and perfectly make design exactly on your scar itself. The fourth thing what is important is the color of the scar, because if it's very red and bright, then it's more difficult to cover up, and if it's more bright and almost the skin color of your skin, then it's more easier to cover up. And as I said before, if you have a papillom or birthmarks, then better to avoid tattooing that spot. In the cover of the scars, it's very important that you choose a good, experienced tattoo artist, because if a tattoo artist has never done a cover up of the scar, it can be really bad result in the end. So you should know that your skin is not a piece of paper, and nobody have to train on your body. So be very, very careful in choosing the tattoo artist for the cover up of the scars, because scars, it's not the same like your normal skin, and it's very important to choose a perfect sketch and to make it really nice to the following of your body, of your scar. So this is important things to know before to do cover up of the scar. And also it's best to make an appointment that the tattoo artist could see your scar and then take a look and give you advice what's the best option to do with your scar, because sometimes the thing what you would really like to get is just not possible, and it have to be between what you like and between what is possible. Then it's the best option to do for the cover up of the scars. And if you choose already your tattoo artist, best to listen a recommendation from your tattoo artist, because then it's easier to work for tattoo artists and the best result will be, so also you will be happy. Now you will see some of my works of cover up of the scars. I think that the most difficult was burnt skin, because it was a huge place of burn skin, so I had to perfectly replace a tattoo. And what was the most difficult, that when I touched that place of the burnt skin, it was of the feelings like a plastic. So I was a bit scared if it will cover up good or not, because it's even more difficult than the rubber. And if rubber still takes some ink, the place of the skin, which is very hard like a plastic, you never can know if it will take ink or not. So you have to be sure that you really can cover up that scar. Now you will see some of my work. The story of them was very different, and I think the next part of this topic I will record and I will tell you each story of what happened with the person, because it was really deep stories. And when people came to me and they start to tell me everything what happened with them, I couldn't believe it. Was like really so much touch of the feeling of that people, and I was so happy that I could make them more happy, that I could make them happy by cover of the tattoo. And of course it doesn't remind them the situation what happened with them in the past. So the tattoo is really great thing what can cover up the scar and make person really happy, and it's kind of like a new page of the life, because it doesn't remind you anymore of the situation what happened. People don't take attention so badly, and if you go to the swimming pool or you go to the sea, you are not in shame to show. You will be proud to have a beautiful tattoo. And I'm so happy that I can help people in this way. It's really make me happy to see their eyes after I finish a cover up, and it give me really a lot of good feelings. So there are four important things what you have to know before to cover up your scar with a tattoo. So the first thing is if a tattoo healed good. So it will be a healing. This is the first thing what is very important before to do a cover up of the tattoo. So my own advice, the tattoo have to heal from 6 to 18 months. The second thing what is very important is if this is a possible for you to cover up the tattoo. So it's the best to go to the doctor and make a consultation and make sure that tattoo will not make worse for your scar. So if you are sure that your scar healed, doctors say that you can go over with tattoo. The third thing, it's very important to choose a good design. So third thing, good design. Never agree to do a tattoo before you make sure that the design perfectly fits you and you are happy about how it will look. You can ask tattoo artists to do in Photoshop or in any other program to show you how it will look if the tattoo artist will put tattoo on your scar. That's very important. And the fourth thing, it's the most important, educated artist. That's the most important. So actually this one can be the first. First you check if a tattoo artist have ever done a cover up of the scars. You sure that you like the style and work of tattoo artist, of course. Then your scar have to be healed. It have to be a consultation with the doctor, and he said that okay, it can be go over the scar. You understand that the tattoo artist is qualified and he know what he do. You know that healing process already finished, which is 6 18 months. It's possible to do a cover up for your scar. It's already a good design and you like it, and good artist with a lot of experience with this. So yes, the tattoo, it's also a beautiful art which makes people happy. And even if the person thought that I will never get a tattoo because of the scar, it's just needed to make something beautiful out of it. And not always laser can cover it. Even if person do laser, it will never cover 100%. So I will also speak about cover up of the old tattoos. In future you will also see a video where I'm covering a scar, and also I will tell you more detail about it. Of course it's not the same on the video when I do cover up than you could see it in the real, but I think it still will be very interesting to see from the beginning to the end the process of the cover up. So I hope you like my video. Please put like, subscribe on my channels. If you have any question, you can write me in the comments. I will try to answer to all your comments, and I wish you a best luck till my next video. Bye bye.